my friends. My name is Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below to see more content like this and keep up to date with me posting all of these new videos that I've been filming outside while the weather stays nice. And be sure to like the video and give it a comment to tell me what you'd like to see next. Follow me on Instagram, same handle, Lindsay Elizabeth Yoga, to check me out there. Okay, so you might need some blocks for this practice. This will be a quick 10 to 15 minute energizing flow, full body in nature. Great to do in the mornings or when you need a quick break between your day or after work. Let's get right into it. Let's come actually laying down to our backs. Let's bring the feet to either edge of the mat, allowing the knees to fall in towards each other. Let's take one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Just taking a quick moment here, checking in on your breath and checking in on any tension throughout the body, especially if you wake up or you've just woken up, I should say. You'll likely be tight in your joints, in your soft tissue, in your muscles. So let's ease into this practice. Let's take one clearing breath here, breathing in through the nose, nice and deep. Big exhale, sigh out through the mouth, let it go. And let's start to take the knees side to side here, almost like two window shield wipers on a car. And let's hold the knees over to the right. Know that it's okay if the knees don't actually touch the ground. They probably will not. Mine definitely are not right now. Inhaling to come back through center and exhaling, dropping those knees to the left. Never forcing this, and if you have any tension into the knees, just back slowly out of this and don't take it so deep. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest, give them a nice big hug, maybe interlacing the hands or just reaching the hands to the shins, rocking side to side here, massaging the low back into the ground. Let's draw the right knee in towards the chest, extend the left leg long, make sure that left leg is active, engaging through the quadricep by lifting the kneecap. Let's sway that knee, the right knee side to side here, just lubricating the hip. Maybe circling at the ankle. And then extend the leg towards the sky, flex the heel up towards the ceiling, reach for the fleshy part of the calf or the hamstring, or use a strap here if the leg is too far away. You can practice bending and straightening out that leg, especially if you're tight. And let's bend at that knee. Pick up the left knee one more time, the left foot, so the foot can stay planted here or it can come off the ground, coming into our reclined pigeon pose. Press the right knee away from you as you draw the left knee in. I just like to flex my feet here. It encourages me, to keep that external rotation in the hip. You can always wiggle side to side. Letting go of this, extend the right leg long now and keep the left knee in towards the chest. Let's draw that knee side to side, lubricating the hip joint here. Maybe circling at the ankle. So let's extend the leg towards the sky, flex the heel up towards the sky, and oh my goodness, if you're like me, you have one side that's quite a bit tighter, and for me, it is my left today. So just take notice of that and don't push it. I'm gonna really work to bend and straighten the leg, waking up at that hamstring. For me, even my hamstring's really tight that I feel some tension in the low back, which is fairly common. All right, let's bend that knee. Pick up the right foot. You can even leave it on the ground here as you draw the left foot to the outside of the right knee, or you can pick up the right foot, interlacing the hands around the shin or the hamstring on the right, coming into your reclined pigeon pose. You can always rock side to side here. And keep imagining you're pushing the left knee away from you by externally rotating through the hip joint. Letting go of this, let's take the feet to hip distance apart. You should be able to touch the heels with your fingertips. Let's start to push off the ground by really digging the heels into the ground and lifting one vertebrae at a time into our bridge pose. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together, keeping the knees in line with the hips, squeezing the seat to push the hips up high and drawing the navel in to not arch too intensely in the back. Now you can always interlace the hands around the back and come into the outer edge of the shoulder blades just as an option. Let's hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Let this go. Make one more tight ball, one more time. Draw the knees into the chest, maybe lift the nose towards the knees. And then either coming onto the side and coming up slowly, you can do that, or you can rock yourself up into a seated position before you come into a tabletop position with the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Let's do 3 cat and cows to wake up the spine. Breathing in, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale as you round, push the ground away, draw the tummy in. Inhaling, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Cow pose. Exhale, cat, draw the tummy in, drop the tailbone, maybe the eyes come to thighs. One more time like this. Breathing in, and then exhaling to reverse. Coming back into your neutral spine position, let's inhale here. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. Draw the tummy in. On your next exhale, let's push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. I encourage you to pedal out the feet here. Allow the hamstrings to start to wake up. Maybe nodding out the head, yes and no. Spreading wide between the fingertips, plant down through the L shape of the fingers, the index and the thumb. Let's hold it here for 1 breath, maybe settling into some stillness. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, let's lift the left leg, or pardon me, let's lift the right leg up towards the sky. Open up the hip and bend the knee. Try to keep the shoulders in alignment here. Knee to the sky, right heel to the glutes. 1 more inhale. Exhale to shift forward, draw the knee in towards the chest and step the foot through into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Back knee comes down, breathe in to sweep the arms up. Keep tucking the tailbone down. Arms can always be bent here if you're feeling tight into the shoulders. Keep drawing the tummy in and knit the lower ribs down as well. So really flattening out the back, keeping the spine long. Let's take the right hand to the right quadricep, and on your next exhale, let's take our side stretch, drawing that top hand over to the right side of your space. Let's take it the opposite way. Left hand can come down to the ground or onto a block. Reach the right arm up towards the sky as you take your lean over to the left, away from that front leg. Let's take both hands this time to the inside of that front foot, heel toe the front foot out. You can always come down to your forearms right away into this lizard pose. You can keep the foot on an angle here as long as the knee is in line with the first 2 toes. Option to reach the right arm up towards the sky. Hold it here, stacking the right shoulder over top of the left. Or you can bend the back knee, reach for the foot either with your hand or with a strap. And if you're like me, your quadriceps are also quite tight. You can find some movement here, pushing the foot away from you into the hand and then the heel back into the seat a few times. Letting go of that foot, coming back up onto the hands, square off that foot in line with the hip, hands now framing the front foot. Let's transition our weight back into our Ardha Hanumanasana, our half splits, and let's take a fold over that front knee, reaching the nose towards the toes and eventually rounding through the spine. Imagine you're digging that heel in towards the ground and drawing it back in towards you. 1 more inhale here. Exhale to shift forward into your lunge, pick up the back knee, step back into your plank. You can come down onto the knees here. Let's take a chaturanga all the way to the belly. Let's take 3 baby cobras here, pointing the toes back, reaching the tailbone back towards the heels. Breathe in to lift, exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift, exhale to lower. 1 more time, and let's hold it here. Maybe you float the hands off the ground to keep the elbows close into the rib cage. Inhale, Exhale to come back down, passing through your tabletop position, downward facing dog. One more side. Let's breathe in. Reach the left leg up towards the sky. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Draw that heel into the seat, but keep the shoulders square. Draw the tummy in. Find some integrity in that standing right glute. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward, draw the left knee into the chest, step the foot through, back knee comes down. On your next inhale, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. As you tuck the tailbone down, squeeze the seat to allow the hip flexors to open up. Allow the chest space to be proud while you keep knitting the lower ribs in. Let's take the left hand to that front leg, and as you exhale, on your next exhale, let's come into that side body stretch, reaching the top arm over to the left side of your space. Inhale here, maybe deep in the stretch. Exhale to reverse it. Right hand comes down to a block or your mat. Reach the left arm up as you take your side stretch over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, both hands to the inside of the front foot. Heel toe that front foot out for a wider stance. Heel can be in, toe can be out here. And keep the knee in line with the first two toes. You can stay up here. You can bring the hands or forearms to blocks. And maybe you want to reach that left arm up towards the sky. Inhale here. If you did so on the first side, exhale, reach the arm to the back of the mat. Maybe you can catch onto the foot, bending the knee. Maybe drawing that heel in towards the seat and then opening it up, pushing the foot into the hand as you kick the foot away from the seat. A few more times like that. Again, a strap or a belt or a towel can always be helpful to lasso it around that back foot. Let's inhale to release. Come back up onto both hands, heel toe that front foot back in, and then transition your weight into your half splits, your Ardha Hanumanasana. Let's take a forward fold here, drawing the nose towards the toes. And so what I mean by this, rather than thinking about just coming down right away, think about lengthening, shifting the hips back, almost hinging from the tailbone here. So your sit bones are kind of tilting upwards slightly, and you're thinking about keeping the spine nice and long until you come to your lowest point, and then you can start to gently round through the spine. Inhaling here and exhaling here. Let's inhale, shift forward into your lunge, pick up the back knee, make sure the back toes are tucked here. Coming into your plank, option to be on the knees, of course. Inhale, shift forward, exhale all the way down. Let's tent up through the fingers, take them off of the mat, so a little wider here. Inhale, baby cobra modification, exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra, bhujangasana, exhale, lower. Last time, and we hold it up here, hold, hold, hold. Let's internally rotate through the left shoulder, open up the chest to the right. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center, internally rotate through the right shoulder, open the chest to the left. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, back to center. Can you float those hands alongside the rib cage off the ground, elbows draw in? One more inhale, you got this. Exhale, lower back down, shift the weight back into your child's pose. Heels draw, seat draws towards the heels, arms go long. Let's come up into a seated position. We'll do half Lord of the Fishes pose, so just a twist before we finish off. Let's draw the left foot over to the right hip, cross the other foot, the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Sit nice and tall onto both sit bones here. Take the right hand behind the back, reach the left arm up towards the sky, twisting from the navel upwards. So keeping the hips towards the front of your space, and then opening up the chest towards the right. Gaze can always come behind you. Our Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. So we're really trying to work into all directions of the spine. We've done a lot of side bends and that kind of up and down lateral movement in our cat and cows, and now we're working on those twists. So we've worked We've worked into those kind of forward and back, those flexions and extensions into the spine, so contracting and lengthening in our cat and cows. And now we're working into our twists. Let's inhale, come back through center, switch the cross of the legs. So this time, right foot to the left glute, so right leg underneath, cross the opposite foot to the outside of the right knee. Let's take the left hand down, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale to twist the chest open towards the left. Gaze can be wherever is comfortable. Maybe you take it behind the back shoulder. Keep grounding through both sit bones. And again, think about working through that spine, through that rotation, through that twist. In our Ardha Matsyendrasana, our half Lord of the Fishes pose. Let's untwist here. If it feels comfortable for you, you can come into your Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, with the feet together, the knees open. This can feel nice for the hips. You can even take blocks underneath the knees or sit up on a bolster. You can always just come to a comfortable cross-legged position if you feel like this is inaccessible. Taking a moment here to absorb the benefits of our practice, noticing any differences now compared to when we started, even just that short time ago. This is where I'll leave you. Stay here as long as you need in this seated meditation. And as always, like this video and let me know what you would like to see next. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends. My name is Lindsay. Namaste.